The grandmother had been watching the baby and the puppy for 6 days before she understood what she was watching. The developmental researcher said, "What you described is the most natural example I have ever heard of." Nonna Ines was 71 years old, a former primary school teacher, with a specific attention to developmental detail that comes from 30 years of watching children learn. She had come to help with 6-month-old baby Marco and the household's 4-month-old golden retriever puppy, Burro, who had arrived 8 weeks before Marco and was navigating the world at roughly the same developmental pace. Nonna Ines watched them for 6 days. She watched Burro bring a toy to Marco. She watched Marco reach for it. She watched Burro pull back slightly, creating the distance again. She watched Marco reach farther. She watched Burro allow the reach to succeed at the right extension. She watched this happen 4 times in one session. She watched it happen every morning for 6 days. She said nothing until day 6. On day 6, she called her daughter, Marco's mother, into the room. She said, "Watch." Burro brought a small, soft toy to Marco's blanket. He dropped it just outside Marco's comfortable reach. Marco's arm extended. Burro held the toy in place. Marco extended farther, fingers reaching, concentration visible in his small face. He grasped. Burro sat back and made a small sound. Nonna Ines said, "He's been doing that every morning." Marco's mother said, "He's just playing." Nonna Ines said he brings it to just outside the reach. He holds it still when Marco reaches. He gives it when Marco extends fully. He has been doing this for 6 days, and each day Marco reaches a little farther than the day before. Marco's mother said, "Are you saying the puppy is doing stretching therapy?" Nonna Ines said, "I'm saying the puppy found the right distance for the right extension and has been moving it correctly for 6 days. Subscribe now before the next detail, because what the developmental researcher said when Marco's mother described 6 days of puppy-facilitated progressive reach extension, and the term she used for what a 4-month-old puppy had independently developed, is what Nonna Ines framed and put on her wall. The researcher, Dr. Yemi Mensah, said, "What you're describing is a facilitated reach extension protocol. The object is placed just beyond current comfortable reach, held stable during the extension attempt, released at full extension. Each successful reach reinforces the motor pathway and gradually extends the comfortable reach range." She said, "This is exactly what we do in developmental motor therapy for infants with reaching delays. We call it progressive reach facilitation." She said, "A 4-month-old puppy independently developed and maintained this protocol for 6 days. She said, "Your mother is a former primary school teacher?" Marco's mother said, 30 years. The researcher said she recognized it because she knows what learning looks like when it's happening. Nonna Ines has the quote on her wall, "She recognized it because she knows what learning looks like when it's happening." Has a grandparent with educational experience ever noticed something a pet was doing for your child that you had missed? Tell us in the comments. These stories deserve to be heard. Every guardian deserves to be recognized, even the ones who never ask for anything in return. If stories like this matter to you, subscribe so you never miss the next one. Marco is 8 months old. His reaching development is ahead of typical milestone. Burro is 6 months old and still brings things to just outside Marco's comfortable reach every morning. Nonna Ines watches. She has watched children learn for 41 years. She has never watched a puppy teach before. She has decided learning is learning, regardless of who is running the session. Next, the golden and the toddler in the kitchen, and what the grandmother saw when she watched the dog's eyes.